I don't hear anything. Oh, you cut out. Oh.
Never had to have a chaperone, no sir. I'm here to keep my
eye on you. Hi, I'm Lisa Campbell, and this is
Jaimee Lang.
Woo! And we are sisters. And okay, so we wanted to start doing this vlog slash podcast. So if you're watching, it's a vlog. If you're listening, it's a podcast. And we've decided to call it Sisters No Misters. So, Jaimee, I kind of just wanted to start off with how we came up with the name. I know we just played the song, Sisters, because they're just part of the song where it talks about God help. No, wait, what is it?
Lord help the mister who comes between me and my sister.
Yeah.
And Lord help the sister who comes between me and my man. Okay.
Very good. You did so good. Anyway, so we decided to call it Sisters No Misters because, well, we thought it was really cute. Hopefully we're right. But really, seriously, I just wanted everybody to see my sister because my sister is hilarious. Okay? She's like the quiet, shy one that you would never guess has the sense of humor that I told her you should be a stand-up comedian. So we came up with this kind of little way to just be two sisters sharing our coffee or tea or whatever drink of choice. What are you drinking, Jaimee?
I have got seltzer water.
Seltzer water. So she's got seltzer water. Whatever your drink of choice is, we're just sitting, hanging around like sisters talking. And we really just wanted to have a lot of humor, right? And then maybe squeeze in a little bit of heart. I can't get away without having some kind of depth to us. So
Amen.
really just wanted to start off our first podcast by kind of letting you know who we are, a little bit about us. And then, like I said, tell you kind of why we're doing this. And then you can just join in on the conversation. Just sit down, grab a chair, relax. We're just going to chat a little bit, laugh a lot, go a little heart to heart, and have some good times. Does that sound good, Jaimee?
Woo! Thumbs up.
Woo, 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 woo. Okay, so the first thing I want to ask you, Jaimee, is how do you feel about doing this, my dear sweet younger sister? She's 8.5 years younger than me, by the way.
Okay,
how do you feel about this? How do you feel about doing this?
Very nervous.
Yeah?
If anybody who knows me, I do not like to get in front of people, but I love doing stuff with my sister. And one thing I love about my sister is that she is good at pushing me to do more.
Oh. Wait, I don't understand what you're trying to say.
You just have an outgoing personality, and you're able to bring that out of me too, and I love it. But I am very nervous about doing this. So
hey, so I thought you were gonna tell me that you hate me right now.
I would never say such a thing.
You would never ever say anything like that.
Not me. I'm not the sweet
angelic
person. Never ever do anything like that to my sister.
Of course not. So I'm going to just really expose you as maybe not really telling the truth right now, because I seem to remember several years ago.
I'm sure I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yes, I'm sure you do know what I'm talking about.
No idea.
Yeah. So I know there must be a little small voice in there saying what you said on a sweet little roller coaster we did a few years back. You want to tell everybody about that, Jaimee? Your sweet angelic.
Do I want to tell everybody about it? No.
Will you?
Everybody about it.
Will you? Tell them about it.
I didn't want to go on it. I think I said I don't want to do this. I think that was what I said. I don't want to do this.
I don't recall that part of it.
All right. This was not
maybe you
any
did.
roller coaster. This was like really scary. There was no harness up here. It was one of those with the ones on your leg, the little triangle thing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And this was like one of the first ones, y'all. That's how old it is. So it was real scary. There's not like, it was like one of those like Six Flags, like just came out like, ooh, they're scary ride. This was not like some little cheesy roller coaster. This was legit. There were reasons.
Okay, so we're walking onto the line and I am seeing that you're totally getting more scared and more scared as time goes by. So we get close to the front of the line. I'm like, look, Jaimee, it's what our dad used to do. Look, Jaimee, if that little girl can ride it, you can ride it too. So we get on the ride. We're riding the ride.
The little girl did.
You're riding.
I don't want to do it. I'm pretty sure that's what I said too.
Well, you probably did, but I don't like to listen to that. So we're riding the ride. We get on the ride, and you're freaking out right about now. And so, what happened after that?
I think I said I love you. I think I was
No,
like,
you
oh,
did not.
I'm
Lying right now.
Screaming hysterically on the ride. I think I was just like, oh, I love you. I love you.
You're
so
lying right now.
All right.
Lies. What did you do?
I said that I hated you.
Okay,
all right, y'all. This was BC Jesus. Okay, it was BC Jesus. Like, in my defense, which there's no, but it came out, which I feel bad. I don't really feel that way about you. I
know you don't, but it was hilarious. You were yelling, "I hate you! I hate you! I hate you!" the whole time.
It was
actually kind of funny because I have this kind of sick, twisted humor where I'm like, when somebody's really afraid or they fall, maybe sometimes I make sure they're not hurt, but
you were laughing the whole time while we were in line.
I think I was. I'm not gonna lie.
They were mean.
But when we talked about doing this podcast initially, you were like, that's what I felt like. I feel like you're asking me to go on the roller coaster right now, and I'm going to say, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you.
for doing this.
I know you're happy now because it's a good thing for you, but I know that it was super scary for you, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
So I'm really proud of you for pushing through and doing this. Pretty amazing. You're pretty amazing, Jaimee.
You're pretty amazing, Lisa.
Okay, so part of what I love is how you tell stories because you really have this way of making people laugh. So we were talking about rides, and one of the things that your sweet sister, who is so
I'm laughing
and loves to laugh at people in their terrible situations. I think this story is hilarious, but for you, I know it was super scary. So you had another ride situation.
Do we see a pattern here?
I see. I wasn't there though. I didn't force you on this ride. I just heard about it afterwards, and almost peed my pants when you told me about it because I was so worried about you. Of course.
Oh,
not really. But anyway, so you're proceeding to ride this it's called the Samurai, and
don't ever do it.
It's like it looks like, I don't know, it has this one main part and then it has this twist rotating parts that go all over the place in all directions, and it's essentially
the wheel of terror.
It's the wheel of terror, and you feel like you're gonna fall out, like you're at the mercy of the harness holding you in, because this ride did have a harness. So what happened to you on that ride?
Well, as y'all can tell, I'm not some skinny little thing. So they sit you in special seats when you're larger. So I got a special seat. This is not a special seat, y'all. It's not special. I just think it makes everything go faster. I don't know what this special seat is, but it was real special. It's like on the end of the bar or whatever, which I don't understand. I thought they would have put me closer to the middle, but no, apparently.
Right. They want you to swing the whole thing around.
And I had the harness on as tight as I could because I was already scared to begin with to go on it. But, like, I'm going to do this. Like, yeah, I'm going to do it. Well, this thing starts going. And again, being that I'm larger, everything starts jiggling. Come on. I know there's people out there that understand what I'm talking about.
I know.
And I kid you not, my butt started sliding out of this, and I'm screaming, and I blacked out, and I don't know what I screamed. I mean, who knows? I black out. Next thing I know, the ride's over, and I'm still holding on. It's time to get off.
Oh my gosh, I have been watching videos of people blacking out. Like, we're in the middle of right now this whole coronavirus thing. So I'll admit to you, sometimes I have a little bit of a harder time going to sleep. So I've been watching these videos. And one of the things I love watching is people blacking out on rides. What is wrong with me?
Make you feel like you're going to pass out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and then all I have is these visions of my sister yelling, "Get me off this ride!"
That's what it was.
Oh,
I want to get off.
Crazy. It's so crazy. So what are some things that you like watch? You were talking about some of the things that you like to watch and stuff like that and different things. Like you look like a deer in headlights. Okay, well, let me remind you. We were talking about like the things that come up on your watch list.
Oh. Hey, who decides what comes up on your Facebook watch list?
Right?
So apparently on my Facebook watch list, they think that I need to see, and I'm sorry if this isn't PC because I'm not really sure what country it was, but it was some sort of Asian country. I couldn't even understand what they were saying, but for some reason I watched this video. Did you know that if you're bald or going bald,
Wait, what? Wait, say that again.
So if you're bald or you're going bald,
okay,
they will like shave
balls.
Bald. They will shave.
I'm sorry. If you're going bald, they'll shave balls.
They'll shave all of it off, and then they put some kind of a glue on there, and they have like it all the hair, the new like toupee, I don't know what it's called, measured out. And they put it on there, and it's hilarious because the guy puts his on, he's cutting it, and then after it's done, he's like pulling the guy's hair. I don't even know. I can't find it again. I tried to find it again because it was so funny. I couldn't stop. I was laughing so hard I was crying. But what about my Facebook page says that I need to see balding men get hair toupees put on?
You must have been talking about Dad or something.
On Facebook? I don't know.
So they say like, I don't know, Siri hears you.
Well, what was
and
like
Alexa
Googling that
hears
or
you?
whatever it is?
What is it?
I don't know. This is crazy. So I don't know. Do you guys get any weird Facebook videos? I don't know if we can do comments or something, but I want to hear what you get. Your funny
Let us know
Facebook watch videos that come up that you're like, why did they think that this is something?
Why did they think I would watch this?
On a side note, it turned out really good. And I'm not trying to get political or anything, but I think that there are certain people in office right now that could benefit from getting this type of hair treatment done. It would look natural. I mean, really, this was awesome. The guy was like pulling on their hair and it wasn't going anywhere. I mean, seriously, I don't know how long it lasts, but.
So are you talking about President Trump? Is that a way of saying President Trump needs a different toupee?
Yes, I think so. And I feel like it would, if it was done that way, I don't know what it would be. Listen, ditch the toupee and get one that looks more natural and take off some of the, I don't know what it is, Tanner. There you go.
I know, Jaimee.
There you go. And I'm not trying to get any no matter how you feel.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Style tips from Jaimee Lang. There you go. Bam, bam, right there. You got any other style tips for us?
I don't know. We'll see what else comes up in my Facebook watch.
Speaking of, look at my lips. Look at how purple they are. You see it?
What kind of lipstick are you wearing?
It's lip sense, but it's this like purpley brand. And so my husband decided he's starting to use this like cool pomade on his hair. So I've been calling him my rocker husband, my rocker dude husband. So I decided I needed to have a little bit of a rocker look too.
Nice.
I'm rocking it.
Well, you already have the hair going, so you got to go all the way.
Which side is it? The pink hair. It's fading really bad because of the coronavirus is keeping me away from it. So I've got the major shadow going on right now.
The eyebrows.
Eyebrows need to be done.
Scared to do it myself because I'll end up being like one of those people that take their whole eyebrow off. Go on.
Oh,
no, it would be true. No, it would be true.
One time, my son went in for a waxing because my kids take after their father, and they could have a unibrow if he didn't go get it waxed. And so we walk out, and of course, again, me, the nice mom, he walks out, and he has one that's like super skinny, and one.
Oh no!
He's a teenager, and I'm like laughing like crazy. I'm like, no, we have to go back inside. At least I found something inside of me to say, let's go inside. Okay, so we want to have a lot of humor, so humor's kind of coming up. But I did want to just take with this first episode too, like the chance to kind of be a little bit, to talk about a dirty word, really bad word, dirty word. It starts with a V. It's not what you're thinking. It's actually the word called vulnerability.
It's worse than what I
vulnerability. I just wanted to, so we want to have laughter, but we also want to get to the heart of things a little bit too.
Say it.
I know. So vulnerability is totally feels like a bad word a lot of times because it's opening our hearts up, and it literally has to do with taking heart and having courage. Courage has everything to do with heart, and vulnerability is like one of the biggest steps of courage you could do. So I kind of just wanted to get our audience a little bit more familiar with some of our story, like who we are. And so, I just kind of wanted you, why don't you tell us a little bit about you, like who you are, what you do for a living, maybe, I don't know, just briefly about you, whatever you want to share.
I'm sorry. Were you talking to me or talking to
you? Jaimee.
Oh, I thought you were
Jaimee Lane.
I want telling people to tell about themselves. And
no.
I was like, yeah. And if you have anything that you need
do you see this interaction right now? This happens regularly. Jaimee, are you looking at my eyeballs? Are you looking at my eyeballs?
I got scared. You said vulnerability and everything else was like that.
I know, it's super scary.
So vulnerability.
So yeah, I just wanted to share. I feel like in order for our audience to really get to know us, it would be important for them to know a little bit about. I'll go first. How's that sound? Make it a little bit easier. So my name is Lisa Campbell, like we said, and so I grew up mostly in Orlando, Florida. Parents who were married until our mom died. What was it, like, how many years ago now?
What has it been, 5? 2013. I think we're going to be going.
Yeah.
I think it's now.
Yeah.
So she died in 2013, right?
Yeah. So she died of cancer. And then, our dad has gone on to be in other relationships, but, we had a pretty stable, not too bad of childhood. We were very blessed with parents that provided for us and cared about us, loved us. And, they were Catholic, they became Christians. And I know I kind of followed suit with that and have really been chasing after God ever since. But, along the way, I ended up marrying my first husband, and really that ended up being more of a relationship of just getting together for, the bad reason, not the bad reasons, but like you can kind of be attracted to people for good cycles and bad cycles. And unfortunately, we were attracted a lot to each other because of the bad cycles. It doesn't mean he was all bad or I was all good or I was all bad or he was all good. It was just our weak points really clicked well. So it made for a very abusive, enabling, codependent relationship. That ended for me with my first husband. I separated. I had three biological boys, beautiful
Amazing
children.
boys. Sorry.
Yes, who are now, let me see if I get this right, 21, 18, and 14. Hard to believe, but they are. And then he ended up taking his own life. And then I actually have gotten into a beautiful situation with a new husband who I call my Boaz. He's been such a story of redemption for me, and I got the added bonus of 2 more children. And one is 23, and the other is a boy who is 21. So, and the 21-year-old.
And you're a grandma.
So I'm a grandma. No, shh, be quiet. So anyway, that's kind of in a very quick synopsis, the nutshell of me. One of the scariest things, being very vulnerable and sharing my story, one of the scariest things I ever had to do was to actually file for divorce and to leave, my first husband. That was so hard. And sometimes maybe we can get into that a little bit more. We really do want to just be a lot of laughter and some heart, but we definitely want to share our stories.
Keep it real.
And, get real. Yeah, keep it real at heart. So you don't have to get as extensive as me, Jaimee. I know I would be called the more outgoing one, sanguine, blah, blah, blah. And I know it's a little bit, different for you. So you roll with the punches with the humor, but I know you're a little bit more introverted. So just share whatever you want.
Well, first of all, I just want to say that if you haven't figured out, we love Jesus like crazy. So you're going to be hearing a lot about Jesus. So I don't know where everybody is, but you're going to hear all about Jesus, because I know for me, my story and my life is a story of redemption. Amen. And I want everybody to know too, that no matter where you are, no matter what you've done, there's always hope, and God always brings beauty from ashes. So no matter how bad you think it is, you can always come to him and he will pull you out of what you're in. You just have to take his hand. So with that being said, you can hear my the craziness that I have gone through or whatever and have been through. But I'm so grateful for what God's done for me. I am a stay-at-home mom to 2 beautiful little boys, and I'm a pastor's wife. So you have to know that first, and now you're going to hear where I came from to know that, oh my goodness, a pastor's wife. God can do amazing things. So I was pretty rebellious teenager. Just kind of did my own thing, whatever. I married somebody mostly out of just rebellion and just not good reasons. And it ended up being a bad marriage. It was abusive. It was just not a good situation. And towards the end of that marriage, I started coming back to the Lord. And that was also partially just created a lot of, I don't know, just fighting. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. And so it just ended up being worse. And as I started getting closer to the Lord, it was like he started showing me the truth, because I think I was just so blinded by just wanting to be loved that I didn't want to see the truth. And so God was so gracious and showed me the truth, and I was able to get out of that situation and take a few years and just really get things right and have Jesus be my everything. And he just healed my heart, and I learned so much in that time. And I actually then met my husband now through my mom, who his grandmother, the sweetest lady in the world, she's now passed away, Fern. She's blind in a wheelchair. And long story short, God basically kind of spoke to her my name she says a prayer. She's prayer and Bible study every morning, and she was praying for her grandson Jonathan, and God spoke my name to her. And anyways, we ended up being pen pals first, and kind of, you know, the first time we ever met was at church, and it was just amazing. And I just remember the first time going on a date with him, I was like, I've never felt safe before, and like, it was just amazing, and it was totally different. Everything was right, and just like, you know, just in a right place with God and everything. And it was just really awesome because kind of didn't think I deserved that. But that's the cool thing about God. He gives you what you don't deserve. And that's the amazing thing.
So true.
So and kind of tying that into the scariest thing that I ever did was, so he lived in Maine, I lived in Utah,
right?
And I got married to him, 8 suitcases, and came to Maine.
Crazy. I remember that day you left. I was like, oh, Jesus.
It was
Jesus,
crazy.
Jesus.
Got married and left. Yeah.
And now you do. You have such a beautiful family. So, yeah, I think that's beautiful. Is there anything else you wanted to say? I just want to make sure I don't cut you off.
I don't think so. Just the crazy life. I mentioned that I'm a homeschool mom.
Yeah.
I mentioned that part. Homeschool.
Well, and everybody's getting a little taste of that right now. Well, a lot of people are getting a little taste of that right now. So it's a lot of work. And but you're doing a wonderful job. So,
but
yeah. So, okay, one more question before we leave and say goodbye to everybody for this week. What is the funniest thing? And I didn't tell you I was going to ask this. What is one of the funniest things your boys have done this week?
Oh, boy. This week.
They're hilarious.
Oh, my boys. Oh, my goodness. What have they done that's been the funniest thing? I don't even know. Oh,
Okay.
I can't even think of, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I can't think of, I'm trying to think of something off the top of my head. All right. There's something crazy every day. And I know this probably is inappropriate, but my kids just tonight, they're playing, I don't know, something with their dad. But playing basketball, throwing
dad games,
ball in the basement, the basement. And I hear, while I'm in the bathroom, something about Ethan screaming, I can't throw the ball, or when I throw the ball, it hurts my penis. And I mean, this is stuff that I hear. That's
my gosh.
on in my house with my boys.
Gosh. That's right. I remember.
No, I'm sorry for the house. I'm sorry. It's just, that's the real life.
Penis is a body part.
This is the real life. This is what we do.
It's the real life. The real life.
And I'm like, what are you guys doing out there? What's going on?
What exactly is happening out there? Well, okay. I remember Mom one time. I'm like, I was saying something about penis or something, and she was like, because we grew up with girls, right?
Yeah.
In our home, mostly. And my dad was the oddball. Our dad was the oddball. And so I'm like, Mom, I have 3 boys. Butts, penises, they're hanging out everywhere all day long. What's the big deal? Get used to it. Because it's been all boys for me, mostly, until I got remarried. So, all right. So, anything else you want to say?
I think I said more than enough.
Good. I mean, guys, if you knew how much of a stretch this is for Jaimee, you'd be amazed too. You'd be like, "Whoa, I can't believe you're doing this." But we are planning on doing this every single week. So we'll be back next week, next Thursday, same day, same place. We're going to be here, and we're really looking forward to talking to you. We're hoping to just kind of give you more about us. We just, again, want you to feel like you're having a cup of coffee. So next week, we're hoping that we might be able to talk a little bit about some unconventional ways that you can manipulate your kids. Ding, 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 Jaimee. Maybe that'll ring some bells for you. And just share some more of our story. Invite all your sisters, especially if they need a little more humor and heart. Come join us. We can't wait to talk to you again next week. Bye.
Bye.